We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com, which will be there in just a minute. Blabs, just heads up, you need to get there. Good to see you guys. Welcome on out. We got a big show today. It is Thursday, and there's a lot going on the internet, and we can't wait to share it with you. Hello, Blabs.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Anyway, I noticed plus, but I can't fix plus, remember? But hello. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday to you, which I thought it was Friday when I woke up, but no, it's actually Thursday instead.
It is indeed Thursday.
It is indeed. I'm slowly learning days of the week.
Good for you, Blabs.
Thank you. They all end in Y's.
That's right. Excellent. Well, hey, glad you're with me today, as always.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel like we need to do, every time you're intro, we need to have the Bret Hart theme play.
I don't even know what that is, though. Like, I just discovered this man yesterday, so.
Listen, I want to tell you this right now. That was probably one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard in my entire life. It was so fucking funny. Kirsche, do you know who Bret Hart is?
No, and I was gonna say, Blabs, she just like me, for real, for real. I also learned the days of the week, because last week I thought Friday was Tuesday. I was all fucked up.
Wow,
man.
that's a wild one.
I even put a Tuesday thumbnail on my Friday stream. I named it like it was a Tuesday. Like I was deep in the today is Tuesday day.
Damn, bro.
Well, it is definitely Thursday. So yeah, great stuff. Blabs, let me just give you like a quick couple seconds.
Crash course.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Oh shit. I can't
Are we gonna get hit?
Maybe.
You're gonna what?
Here we go.
We're gonna get hit. Copyright.
Oh, it sounded like you said a slur almost. I was like, wow.
What kind of slurs hit?
Yeah, you just know your ways. It didn't sound like hit.
I like it.
That's a pretty nice riff.
Yeah, I like it.
It starts off with
Can
this.
Someone AI me walking in like I'm some Bret Hart, please?
Please.
Speaking of slurs, you can have those in your thumbnail now. How fun is that?
Really?
If you go to Caleb Hammer's channel, he has a video of the most racist guest he's had on the show, and he has the first 4 letters of the N-word in his thumbnail.
Oh wow! So
I was like, that's brave. What the hell?
So
I mean, you just do the Nigersaurus dinosaur, and then you'd be all right.
Hold on. So hypothetically, like I could just put like on the thumbnail today, like cocksucker for like is that a slur? I don't know. Is that a slur?
I don't know.
So that means that our overcocked thumbnail will be perfectly fine for YouTube.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Hey, what a great way to tie it into all the good things. She's learning, folks. It's taken 3 years.
Hey.
But she's there. Yes, we do have with Kirsche here. Gives us a great opportunity to promote next week. Very excited for this on Wednesday. The time on this is incorrect, but we do want to let you know that next Wednesday, the 19th at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, it will be a lot of people are like, I can't believe they actually made it happen. It's Leaflet and Kirsche and two other VTubers joining us as well. Pickle will be joining us, who I very much look forward to having Pickles on the show next week for a little bit. Kirsche, you suggested Pickle.
Yeah.
Tell us about Pickle.
She is very sweet, and she talks to me sometimes, and
You're doing a great job selling her. She sometimes talks to me.
I was put on the spot. I just woke up. I don't know. She's just really nice all the time, and I like doing stuff with Pickle. She's very nice.
Well, the chaos will reign because Overcocked is next week on Side Scrollers Plus, which will be very, very great. In addition, wanted to give you a heads up. We have the Real Game Awards nominations for categories that are happening right now. Did you know that if you sign up to be an annual member over at Side Scrollers Plus, you actually get access to the Real Game Awards as well, and you can actually vote. So I encourage everybody to head over there. You can use promo code TURKEY and get $31 off your annual membership. Rumble was like, they gave away a $30 coupon. We gave a $31 coupon off. So you, in addition to Side Scrollers Plus, you get access to Rumble Premium and the Real Game Awards. It's like we're giving all this shit away. It's crazy. So head over there, use promo code Turkey. And if you want to support Kirsche directly, you can use her link down below.
Or pinned in the comments.
And you can support her directly. Yes, use promo code Fox Lady. You also get a great discount there. So you can support Kirsche directly, support Side Scrollers, get access to Plus, Premium, and the Real Game Awards. How fucking baller is that? That's crazy.
Fucking baller, man.
It's fucking baller, man. All right. In addition, you can watch the amazing Return to Oz 2-part watch through from Eric, Cecil, and Des. Encourage you guys to go check that out as well if you want to watch a movie that'll brain your ass out. There we go. Okay, so big
statement. Brain your ass out.
Yeah. It'll brain you.
Have you heard this statement before, Kirsche?
I've never heard the statement before, and I just thought of someone hitting their head on someone's giant ass.
What a way to get concussion, huh?
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Concussion by Snoo Snoo.
Speaking of concussions, I don't remember who suggested I try Mike's hot honey, because I've been complaining that I don't like honey because honey tastes like the ground, and I don't really like putting the ground on my food.
Okay.
And
I'm sorry, you don't like honey?
No, it tastes really earthy.
You're the only person I've ever heard in my existence who doesn't like honey. And
well,
I
that's
think it
changed.
tastes like the dirt in the ground.
I like going to Fogo de Chão whenever I have like an opportunity to, which isn't too often because they're expensive. But Fogo de Chão is a wonderful Brazilian steakhouse that has something called the full flight, where you have like the waiters come around and they bring you all different kinds of meat.
Yeah.
There's one waiter that has delectable cheese pillows, and when they give you the cheese pillows, they pour like warm honey on top of them, and it's so freaking good. And people were like, Kirsche, you have to try Mike's hot honey because it tastes exactly like the honey that they put on the cheese pillows at Fogo de Chão. And I went to the grocery store the other day and they just had Mike's hot honey hanging on the shelf. So I picked up a bottle and I put it on the bread that I have at home. I have some like Asiago cheese bread. And they were right. It tastes exactly like Fogo de Chão's honey. And this is the honey that I will eat for the rest of my life.
Okay. Look, the hot trend is very popular right now with hot honey.
He doesn't like honey.
No,
but Mike's hot honey isn't hot. It's sweet.
Listen, maybe one day, Kirsche, we can go to a Brazilian meat place. Blabs, have you ever been to one of these before?
I've been to Texas de Brazil.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, where they just walk around. They have their meat chandeliers, their swords, their meat swords. They're like, would you like some of this?
Yeah.
Meat chandelier sounds fun.
Yeah.
You don't like honey. I'm just mind fucked by that, to be honest.
I like Mike's hot honey now because it tastes
but
like
that's
the
just
Fogo de
weird.
Chão honey.
But you're telling me it tastes sweet, but you don't like normal honey that's sweet.
No,
you
normal
see why
honey
I get
isn't
confused
sweet.
here.
Normal honey tastes like dirt, but in liquid
What kind of
form.
honey have you been eating? Like, we have Lady Desiree, and she makes honey.
Hold on. Kirsche, do you like cilantro?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not one of those people that like cilantro tastes like soap?
No, it tastes good.
Okay. Because
I
there's
like cilantro too.
some people think cilantro tastes like soap, and I was thinking maybe there's something wrong with your taste buds or something. But
She got one too many concussions by slapping her head on a butt cheek.
just bam, should see her on the weekends. It's crazy.
She's headbanging.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
I nothing would make me happier than to go to a Brazilian meat place with you, Kirsche, and just eat all of the meat. We
That
should
sounds fun. Maybe we could even find a headbanger there, because Brazil does have the Surra de Bunda, which is where men sit down and then a lady grabs his ankles and thrusts her ass into his face at like nose-breaking speeds.
Why do you know that? It's oddly specific.
Because I played a lot of MMOs, and if there's one thing MMOs don't lack, it's Brazilians. So I learned a lot about Brazil.
We should get our resident Brazilian friend on the show, Dan, and see if Dan has any idea when it comes to shoving asses into faces at lightning speed.
Hell yeah.
All right, nice. see if we can do that. I'll send him a DM, see if he wants to hop in real quick. Hey Dan, we got some questions about faces and ass. I'm sure you can answer it. There you go.
Dan, tell us about the Sura de Bunda.
Oh my God. Okay, well I'll send him a DM here in a second. But first, I want to let you know we are live on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitch, everywhere, including Side Scrollers Plus. If you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join the 134,000 just normal men over on YouTube. The over 26, nearly 27,000 who have found us over on Rumble. We'd love for you to hit the follow button. We'd love for you guys to pop in. We have silly stories out of China with Hasan Piker going straight.
You have to go China every time.
China. Yes.
China.
Yes. Hasan Piker has gone straight full propaganda. We'll get to that a little bit later. Kirsche, you and I have made a list on the internet today, which both good people, it has been pointed out by people who say these are good people. We have other people saying these are bad people. So
Bad people.
we must be doing something right, which is good. So we'll get to that a little bit later. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Blabs has discovered quite possibly the greatest competition that has ever
I
been
so
created.
want to participate.
I know, and we'll get to that a little bit later.
Especially the one category. I did some of that this morning, cleaning some rooms.
Don't spoil it.
I'm
Don't
not
spoil
spoiling
it.
anything.
Yes,
Just
don't.
like cleaning some rooms. It could be just dead bodies. You never know.
Which is just wonderful. Alabaster Scarf says, now, do you eventually plan to talk about video games on your video game podcast, right? Hello. Knock, knock, knock. To be clear, we will talk about whatever the fuck we want. How does that sound? And if we decide to talk about video games today, we'll let you know. Does that sound good? Great.
I feel like regardless of what they decide to talk about, I end up derailing things anyways on the days that I'm on. So
This is true. We usually keep it light on Thursdays.
Yeah, absolutely. Epsilon Sama says, Craig, please bring our Fox Lady and Mally together on one of these days. It will be epic. Also, dear Mistress Kirsche, what is your favorite type of pizza?
Mally, like O'Malley, the alley cat?
No, like Mally,
Yes,
Mally
precisely.
Mouse. Mally Mouse, yes. That would be a great little mashup. As you like, we are in the process. We learned this yesterday. Mally, who was a regular guest on our show on Wednesdays, Kirsche, she learned who. I hope to God you know who this is. Dark Side Phil. Do you know who Dark Side Phil
I
is?
know who DSP is. My chat introduced me to him years ago.
Okay.
And I was like, there's no way this guy did a shower review. And it turns out he did. I only knew about him masturbating on camera, but apparently there's a lot of lore.
Yes. So we introduced Mally yesterday to Dark Side Phil, and
Why would you do that?
It was, I don't know. It was just a natural progression of it. And Mally she stays in her little Disney corner of the internet, and it's really cute. So what we figured is every 2 weeks, we'll introduce a little bit more DSP lore to her to where eventually she becomes a
And
grizzled
then
internet
Chris
veteran.
Chan.
Yeah. And then we'll get to Chris Chan. It'll be great.
Chris Chan is like a month-long documentary of feeding someone information that they'll wish they never learned.
Yes. Yep.
Unfortunately for me, the picture that Chris Chan posted online of having a breast pump attached to him is permanently seared into my brain. And I wish I could lobotomize myself sometimes.
Like Rosemary Kennedy, huh?
I don't know anything.
Hold on. No. You don't throw out a bomb like that just totally confuses everybody, and then you have Ross pivot. You can't do that. Like, if you throw out a bomb that confuses everybody, you just have to sit there and take it. Like, you take the silence. You take the uncomfortable silence, Blabs. You're not allowed to do that.
I was pressing pivot at the same time I thought of Rosemary, so I was like, well, why not both?
I mean, if you wanted to have like a historian section, the only person I could think of that would be really, really good at like every niche thing of DSP's history would be It's a Gundam.
Gundam is the best, and
I fucking love Gundam. He and I are so bad at answering our fucking DMs. It's so funny.
Yes, he is horrendous, and I honestly, I'd love to have him on the show sometime. But he wakes up too late. Like, wakes up at like 3 p.m. He's always like,
same, relatable.
I know.
Us fucking East Coast people with the funny accents. We don't like getting up early.
Hey, Jewish as fuck came with the 20. Says, Kirsche, I'm not a big fan, but my army vet buddy says you're his favorite 600-pound fox girl. Would you kindly give Joe a shout out?
Excuse me, it's 600-pound black man. Hello,
okay.
Joe.
Thank you. There you go, Joe. You got your shout out right there. Peace out. Sly Maverick says, Bret Hart's theme song is my ringtone and my favorite wrestling theme. Also, first time dono. Appreciate y'all, side scrollers. Thanks, Sly Maverick. Appreciate you, my dude. And let's go. You are the excellence of execution. Eric says, if it wasn't for Kirsche's mom stories, I would think that she was raised in a convent due to her inability to know any pop culture references.
My stream chat tries making references all the time, and like I read it and I say something else, and then I see like a delusion chat of Kirsche. That was a reference. And I'm like, oh.
Delulu. Was says Steven Crowder showed what you can get on Snap this morning. Amazon Prime, really?
Yep.
Estate grade caviar, soft drinks, etc. It was the last segment of his show. It's worth seeing. Wow, that's interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like you got a little segment for you there, Kirsche. Anthony says, never ask Kirsche how she knows things because she will tell you.
Yes.
Marmalade came in at the 20. Says, payment to never bring up video games again to piss that guy off specifically. You got it, dude. You got it. Well, unfortunately, though, we always like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. So, Blabs, are you ready to piss off everybody?
Boy, am I.
Today in gaming history with Blabs.
That's me.
All right, everybody. November 13th is actually a good list. And by the way, I made this list for some reason. X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, didn't believe me. But for Final Fantasy IX was released in 2000. Skies of Arcadia was also released in 2000. And then the original Assassin's Creed was released in 2007, which I gotta be honest, I forgot it came out in 2007. 2007 was a very, very good year for entertainment, I must say.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
Also, why did you call
Kirsche
it
won't
IX?
remember that because she doesn't remember anything before or after 2007. So shout out.
No. I only remember before 2009.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. Well, anyway, are you not entertained? The answer is yes, because it's a good list.
Well, some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs.
Try me, home dog.
In game history. Okay, I absolutely will. Include
Skillet.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon for the PC. Kind of
Eh.
a big one right there.
Eh.
Crisis for the PC.
Can't even spell crisis right.
The
Next.
PC Melter.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Crisis.
Crisis is just I only know it as like it melts PCs. That's pretty much it.
Yep. They made 3 of them. We have Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops Plus for the PSP. Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles for the Wii. Blabs.
I thought about this. I thought about putting WWE, and then I was like, you know what? No, Craig.
I think Blabs actually had a good lineup for today, considering what she picked.
Well, we're not done yet.
Okay.
Medieval 2, Total War, as the chat's yelling at me to do. WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2008, which some people consider the best of all WWE games.
There are a lot of 2007s here. Goddamn.
Mhm. Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS, released 14 years ago in 2011. Oh my God. And Blabs, I know that you would love Captain Toad Treasure Tracker if you ever had a chance to play it.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I also don't know what that is.
It is, Blabs.
It sounds like Captain Crunch cereal.
Wait, hold on. You don't know what Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker is?
Oh, is it Toadette?
No. Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker for the Wii U.
Do you remember when you used to get like shitty Flash game CDs for your PC and cereal boxes?
You remember just getting cereal boxes with cool stuff in them?
Yeah.
I got this little ET thing once. It had like a little thing. Anyway.
Cereal boxes aren't fun anymore.
No, bring back the cool cereal boxes.
Here you go, Blabs.
What, you just brought up the trailer?
Yeah, check it out.
That was fast.
He's
What is Toadette?
and kind of a scaredy pants. Not what you'd call the most reliable toad in the brigade.
How can you
But
tell
now,
that's the
a
girl?
reluctant...
What's that?
She said it was Toadette. How could she tell the difference between
Oh,
Toad
I
and
just call
Toadette?
them all Toadette.
Oh, okay.
Even the dude, I'm like, that's Toadette.
So this is a puzzle game, Blabs. There's Toadette
Ah.
for you. It's a puzzle game. You go around and you solve puzzles as Toad. It's the cutest little fun Toad game in the world.
I've never played this game. I've never heard of this game, but looking
No.
at it gives me nostalgia for a better time.
It just
Right.
it kind of gives me either Luigi's Mansion X Mario Galaxy.
No. It's nothing like that at all. Everything's on its own little playing field here. These little stages. This is on the Wii U, as you said. You could see you could use the push. It was actually a very fun game, and you would love it if you had the opportunity to play it.
I mean, I do have a Wii U, but I don't use it, and it makes a lot of loud noises when I turn it on. It's like,
just yells at you. Also, some other games that you missed today include Star Wars Battlefront.
I didn't miss
2.
it. It's the Japanese release. Tomorrow's the US one. Hint, hint. Spoiler, spoiler.
It Japanese.
1v1 me, bitches.
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War released.
Yawn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one where they put in Bezmenov.
Bezmenov in 2020, the year of our Lord.
Yeah, Yuri Bezmenov.
And speaking of Black Ops 7 tomorrow.
Are you gonna get in on that?
No.
Okay.
But I am curious to see like how many people are gonna be playing it tomorrow. So spoiler alert, that's also in tomorrow's run sheet chat. We're gonna see how many people are playing it.
Okay, looking forward to seeing. I listen. It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, I'm curious. I really want to know how big of a release it's gonna be.
It'll make.
I feel like a lot of people are like kind of they're like disenfranchised, disinterested a little bit. So I am curious.
Well, with Black Ops, look in our space, maybe there are other
the rest of the world, the normies and stuff like that. They're totally down.
Yeah, absolutely. That is, Call of Duty is still a fun game. The same reason why NBA 2K, Madden are multi-billion-dollar FIFA, multi-billion-dollar franchises. The same reason Call of Duty is. It's just Call of Duty has turned war into a game.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Eric says if Blabs plays a new Call of Duty before Battlefield with me, I'm gonna be so pissed. Eric, I don't have Battlefield. He keeps asking me to play. I don't own the game. Sorry.
Well, we do have a game for you to check out, Blabs, and that is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Wii U.
Maybe I'll do an emulation. so my Wii U doesn't go. I
kind of want to see your Wii U just slowly catch fire.
Yeah, I haven't turned it on in like the longest time, but every time I would, it would just make a lot of noise. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
it works perfectly fine. It's just very vocal.
Okay,
it's just like a woman.
That's right. It works some of the time. It just yells a lot. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, I like the Spike Man says, dig all y'all. Gundam is fantastic, but Jim might know the best of any internet lore, but landing him is like a white whale named Moby now.
He actually got like a real diagnosis for all of his cancer AIDS issues and figured some stuff out recently, which was really nice to see.
Are you talking about Mr. Medicare, or is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. That's who he meant by Jim.
Yeah. So he is one of the most requested people we have for the show is to get Medicare on. I say, I got to get Medicare on. Got to get on. So that'd be pretty fun to do for sure.
It took a long time to get a hold of him to do the collab that I did with him. I mean, it took like down to the wire for him to accept my gift of Quime Bobs back when I was still doing that.
Quime? I don't even want to know. I do kind of want to know, but we can get to that.
Quime Bobs is what I affectionally called Crime Boss, the game that like dropped me during the cancellation campaign. Yeah.
Yes, we recall that saga for sure. So, hey, Des, thank you very much for the raid over on Rumble. Appreciate that. Love to see that. And we were supposed to raid her a couple days ago, and we didn't. That's our fault. Sorry about that, Des.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bummer. But Blabs is going to make sure that we raid people every
literally
single...
looking for live people.
Well, you should probably do that when we're a little closer.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still going to look now anyway.
Yes, please pay no attention to what's happening in an hour from now. But just
what are you talking about? People could be still live then. I'm just getting a list of people who may or may not be live. That way I don't have to rush and scramble for super chats at the same time as Rumble raids and everything. I'm being efficient and progressive at the same time.
Efficient.
Yeah, let me be efficient, not deficient like you.
Why do you got to hurt me with your words, Blabs? Really unreasonable. Tenarian says, Crisis melts PCs. It runs fine on my old PS3. Checkmate, PC gamers. Anyways, despite Kirsche and plus his chat best attempt to thwart it, I'm now halfway through. No Nut November. My junk can currently best be described as taut.
Ew.
How do you know what? Never mind.
What Blabs?
I don't understand life. It's fine.
What don't you understand?
Anyway.
No. Please, Blabs, please. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I don't. No.
I think it's very important for the show that you tell everybody. Nope. Nope. I'm going to remove Ross from our show. If
You leave Ross alone. He's very useful.
Blabs, what were you going to say?
I don't know if I heard it correctly. That's why I said never mind.
He said, my junk can currently be best described as taut.
My jump?
Junk.
Junk. Taut. How do you taut your junk? I don't want to know, and I don't. Let's move on. What does this mean? Does that mean he like wanks a lot? Is that what it is?
No, he should be wanking more. He's doing No Nut November because he's a candy ass.
Oh.
He's a candy ass. What the fuck is that? He's a
candy ass is a stand-in for a slur that you can't say on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Put in the private chat. What slur is this?
Oh, now Blabs really wants to know.
I do. I want to learn the slurs. Just
okay.
Oh, Togaff.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. All right, well, Tenarian, you...
I just love how that's the only message in the private.
Casually, as you do.
I'm screenshot. Thank
please
you.
Screenshot that. Screenshot that and tweet that out. That'd be great.
No.
Do not tweet that out.
No, it's just my little screenshot just for me.
Just for personal happiness.
That's right. All right. We got a lot going on. Glad you're with us today. Let's get into it. It is time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It is time for hard news. Hard news. Something major has happened in the world of
Today
money.
it's taut news.
Yes, taut news today.
Just like that guy's junk.
That's right. Tenarian's junk is taut. This is what there's one thing we've learned today. It's that Tenarian's junk is taut.
Yeah.
Speaking of being taught, Hard On Gaming just resubscribed Prime for 7 months over on Twitch. Thank you very much for that, Hard On Gaming. Okay. Did you see the news, Kirsche, that the world of economics has changed forever? Monetary world has changed as of yesterday.
Is this about the fucking getting rid of credit scores for mortgages?
Oh, no. We're getting rid of the penny. As the final penny was stopped. The penny has ceased production in the United States. Did you know this?
I did not know this, but I guess all of those smarmy millennials who did penny floors can now be extra smug.
Oh, yeah, but those look actually really cool.
The penny from 1793 to 2025, as it says, the existing coins will remain in circulation. But yes, we will no longer be able to get brand new pennies from the United States government. You want to know why they stopped production of this?
Or was it more expensive to produce the pennies than it is to use a penny?
Correct. Yes.
I'm not shocked.
Each penny cost like 3.5 cents to produce, which seems very counterproductive to have there.
See,
So
I have a bone to pick with the U.S. government because I am that person that collects the penny press machines. Wherever I go, whenever I go on vacation or a new place or whatever, I always got a little penny as a souvenir. What are they going to use instead? Are they just going to turn to little metals or what?
Nickels are kind of too thick for that.
Yeah.
Well, because in Japan they don't have pennies, right? But they just you just put in whatever it is, a currency amount, and then they'll give you like a little piece of metal that's not from that currency. It's just like a little medallion thing. So I'm wondering, are they gonna do that, or what are they gonna do? Inquiring minds want to know. Because I like my penny presses.
Yeah. Well, the penny press is a very interesting business model. Right. I'm very intrigued because my wife and daughter love the penny press too. This must be a girl thing.
I've been doing this since I was a kid. I have like 5 little books.
Yes,
wow.
Of course you do. Kirsche, do you do the penny press?
I mean, I used to when I was a kid. I haven't thought about it in a long time though.
Well, I'm still a kid.
It's true. She has a 12-year-old boy.
Ta-da!
Very weird. Well, rest in peace, Penny. You, I guess, will not be missed. Have you heard about how they're talking about kind of making concessions for this? They're saying that retailers will now either round up or round down based off of it. So if you are like, let's say if you buy something and it's a $1.92, they'll just round down to $1.90. If it's $1.96, they'll round up to $2.
That's pretty interesting, I guess. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's interesting.
They say it could cost retailers a shit ton of money, but at the same time, I feel like it's a kind of, it'll balance out over time. So I guess we'll kind of see where all this goes. It's a dawn of a new era.
We could just start having prices like only end in even numbers, right?
Oh no, we can't do that. Can't do that. The psychology isn't there, because if you see something that's $4.99, that's better than $5. It's all about psychology.
I mean, that's true. That's true. And I mean, I guess not really even numbers, but I was thinking like you could do like $4.25, $4.50, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you do like the numbers like that, you should never have to get pennies back.
Yeah. What if we just started charging everybody round dollars instead of using, actual cents in it? Everything was like $1, $5, $10. There was no cents at all.
What if we just started using bottle caps for currency?
What if we just started using shiny rocks like they do in Australia?
Oh, yeah. Or we can do with trading cards. It'll be fun.
Hopefully somebody's clipping the amount of times that Blabs just says something really silly today and we just lay out on her.
What's wrong with that? Wouldn't that be fun? Like, I will give you, like, bartering. You trade cards.
I wouldn't want to be cards because I sold my Pokemon cards over a decade ago, and I regret that decision every day.
Yeah, well, that was really retarded of you. See, look, you're talking about silly things. Clip that shit.
No, that's a regret. That's not a like silly thing.
No. The statement is she sold her Pokemon cards. That's the.
I needed money because I was moving out and I was poor, but I still regret selling them.
Yeah, Blabs, do you have issues with people being needing money or something?
Like, if you're just a broke boy, just say so.
money bags Blabs over here. Jeez, relax.
Oh my God.
If you're a broke boy, just say so.
Oh my God, unreal. Jeez, have a little sympathy, Blabs. Just saying. Golly. Speaking of money, Tenarian came back with another $20. Thank you, Tenarian. That's incredibly generous. Says candy ass sounds like an affectionate term for an effeminate homosexual. Anyways, well, I just proved once and for all that Kirsche isn't a guy. If she had a dingus, she'd know that candy asses lack the discipline to complete No Nut November. You're welcome.
Maybe that's why I like them so much.
Thank you, Tenarian. And Mr. Capo says, hello, side scrollers and Foxu. Craig, I'm curious. Have you played Bloodstained Ritual of the Night? Is that the 2D version of Bloodstained? If so, yes, I have. Also, Kirsche, I'm trying to get a copy of Xenogears. Do I need to play any other Xeno game to follow the story? Lastly, what is Ross saying when you pivot?
He says pivot.
He's saying pivot.
Yes. So does he need Xenogears?
Xenogears is like the first game that came out. However, Xenosaga that started coming out in like the 2000s. Xenosaga is like the prequel to Xenogears, but you don't need to play Xenosaga before Xenogears, if that makes sense. Just understand that like after you play Xenogears, when you get into Xenosaga, it's like the before times, as it were.
Okay, there you go. You got your answer there, Mr. Capo. Kirsche, I'm about to blow your fucking mind.
Oh.
Have you seen the greatest competition that has ever graced God's green earth?
Is going to be a wet t-shirt competition?
This competition would improve a little bit if wet t-shirts were a part of it. As most competitions would. Let's just be real. But in this competition, they would actually be cleaning up after the wet t-shirt, as the Housekeeping Olympics is real. Have you heard about the Housekeeping Olympics, Kirsche?
I have never heard of the Housekeeping Olympics.
Well, I am very excited to share this with you. And actually, Blabs, I would love if you shared, because you're the one who brought this. You're the one who's most excited about it. And I see a day where you visit the housekeeping.
Oh yeah,
Olympics.
I totally want to do this. I was vacuuming this morning, and I was like, I'd be so good for the cleaning Olympics. But I actually have to give credit where it's due. This was Mally who sent to me over the weekend, and now it's going super duper viral. And we both thought it was AI for a second, because if you remember, a couple weeks ago there was those AI videos of people cleaning really, really fast, and we're like, is this real? It has to be real. It looks so legit. And it turns out it actually is a real event, guys, in Vegas, where all these companies basically sign their employees up. Well, I mean, the employees, are signed up. They're willingly going, right? They're participating. It's not like they're like slaves. Go clean this in front of people, and they go and clean. And apparently, it like builds morality and improves like teamwork and all this other stuff. And so, yeah, they're really cleaning.
I think it's really interesting that they have pit crews of Hispanic men to cheer them on.
Yeah, I just want to also point out that I don't really think a wet t-shirt contest would be really good, because some of them are not the sexiest people in the world. So.
Look at it. They actually rent out an arena to do this. This is spectacular.
Can I go for 2026? Can we do a side scrollers cleaning crew?
I think
it sounds like clean up dead bodies. I realize that, but let's go anyway.
Well, maybe we go to Vegas and we do shows, like we become the official show of the housekeeper Olympics.
And look at that. And you know what those are? Those are literally like for cleaning like the floors.
What the heck?
Yeah.
That's wild, dude.
I love that they just made up these events. This is awesome.
It's like baby Zambonis. Let's go.
Zamboni racing?
The idea of them, like, this is something that somebody had way too much time in their hands. This is, by the way, this has been going on for 35 years.
Yeah.
Like,
how have I never heard of this? It's been going on for 35 years.
Because, like,
That's
social media really boosts the events and things like that, right? But it's just crazy to me. My criticism is that they're not using a Miele vacuum, and Miele vacuums are the best. So
a what vacuum?
A Miele. It's German.
I've never heard of it.
Well, Blabs, these are they industrial strength? Because that's really what they're. Listen, you can't just go in and it's like basketball. You can't just play with a ball your entire life and then go to the Olympics and they use a different ball, right?
Well, that's just shit. I like my vacuum.
No,
it does a great job.
It's more like a biking thing than an Olympic thing.
Just saying, like, you can't. If you're using Kirsche's example, you can't be riding a certain bike and then at the Olympics they give you a tricycle. Come on, Blabs, let's be realistic about this. I'm just saying. These are all things.
On a side note, can I drive a Zamboni? It's always something I want to do.
Can you rent a Zamboni?
Are you asking me if you can?
Yeah, can we do that one day?
Well, Blabs, you can do whatever you want in the world.
I think if side scrollers did like a cleaning competition in the spirit of the like housekeeping Olympics, it should specifically be focused on cleaning up a dead body.
You know what I think about that? I think that's a great idea. And I think there are multiple ways after watching Breaking Bad that you could 100% make some,
We could even find that guy who makes like the creepy dolls out of like socks and stuff and puts clothes on them. We can get him to make some bodies for us to murder.
Did you... How do I move on from that? Yeah, that's a good way. That's a classic right there. Kirsche, in your travels, have you ever, as you've gone from, let's just say, stayed in a hotel? That's actually a really good question. How many of these people here, these people at the Housekeeper Olympics, how many of these people have walked in on like a dead body? Or, like they're in Vegas, right? So there's got to be all sorts of shit, just that they walk in on. That's one of the reasons why I would never want to be a housekeeper.
I don't know about walking in on the dead bodies. However, there have been some videos online of like the big, muscly beefcake men, and there's one of them specifically wearing a maid dress, and like housekeeping walks in on him sucking a dildo he has stuck to the wall. So I mean, they probably walk in on that horrific stuff far more often.
Wow, I didn't know that was a thing.
The Hasan was caught in a hotel, huh?
Yeah.
You calling Hasan a beefcake?
No, I'm just calling him a gaylord.
Didn't he have some sort of maid outfit thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He wore a maid outfit. I'm not surprised if he's off there having fun in his hotel rooms.
Oh, was it? Oh, we have footage of him actually. Here it is, right there.
Yeah.
This is him showing up and getting caught. This is the face he had. That's rough. Well, there you go. The Maid Olympics.
Wait,
I'm
how
sorry.
did you pull up the picture of Hasan in a maid outfit so quickly? Hold on, wait
It's
a
called
minute.
Google, and also that's his wallpaper. He replaced Jake Gyllenhaal.
I am a master Googler, Kirsche.
Oh.
Yes, I think it's
I
I
very,
know it was your wallpaper.
Mhm,
We
yeah.
need to correct him too. He said Maid Olympics. It's actually Cleaning Olympics.
Oh.
And I'm going next year.
Correction.
Should we do that, Blabs? Should
Hell
we? sing
yeah,
you?
we should.
Okay, we'll make sure to do that.
You better start practicing your mopping skills. I'm signing you up for that one.
Wait, no, I don't want to compete.
Why not? We're all competing together. We're a
You'd
team.
be no, that's not how this works, Blabs.
Yes, literally. It's a whole
You
team
have
of
to know how to
employees
clean a dead
together.
body too.
Come on, you gotta practice.
What's that, Kirsche?
You need to know how to clean up a dead body too, not just us.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we partner with you on that event, Kirsche, and we get all these different brands online, and it's just the Body Disposal Olympics, which is, and then we get some sort of like FBI agent to be the judge.
Sponsored by Mr. Clean and Fabuloso.
And
sounds-
Clorox.
Yeah, and some sort of acid
Don't-
to dispose
Don't
of it.
oil your Fabuloso. That was a TikTok trend.
Acid. Sweet.
Well, we'll make sure to send Blabs there as our
Hell yeah, let's
sideline
go.
reporter. Yeah, that's good. Hey, Brother Goose came in and says, you're expecting a lot of an Italian's limited vocabulary to know what taut means. Thank you, Brother Goose.
He is a
Bada
tiny
boom.
wee wee.
Oh, wow. That's where you go to immediately. Just the tiny pee-pee, huh?
Usually it works
Okay,
pretty
so-
well.
AG Ep3 is a brand new tier 1 sub over on Twitch. Thank you very much. JK the Slacker came in with the $20 direct donation. Says, we obviously can't use the same shiny rocks as Australia. That they would all be upside down. Also, hi, Agent Kirsche. Thank you, JK the Slacker. That is incredibly generous. And I need everyone to stop down right now, Kirsche. Everybody, stop what you're doing.
I've stopped.
Because Shamsa has directly
Shamsa.
donated $1,000.
What
You
the
know what
fuck?
time it is?
Developers, 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 developers. Developers, 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 developers. Yes!
Can we go back to the days where developers were like balding, sweaty men up on a stage saying silly things?
Do you know he's like one of the top 5 wealthiest dudes in the world?
I have no idea who that is, but he looks like he belongs on the set of Married with Children.
That is Steve
I'll be
Ballmer.
specific.
Yes. Hey, get some crowns, please, in the chat for Shamsa, as we will witness together. Not only Shamsa dropping a massive bomb, no message, just dropped it like a bad habit, and we get Kirsche frolicking. Look at that. Look at that.
Shamsa just came in, threw his schmeat on the table, and walked out.
She is the queen right there. Did you see? We have so many people frolicking now. This has become a thing on our show. We have Straub frolicking by herself, which is good. We even have Blabs frolicking over here. Look at Blabs
Non-blabs, blabs, frolicking.
And then we even have me frolicking here. Look at this.
Magical frolicking where you bend down like a goblin.
Look at me just frolicking on through that. That's wonderful there. So, hey, lots of frolicking after that massive bomb dropped. Thank you so much, Shamsa. It's a pleasure to be of service to you on a day-to-day basis. That is spectacular. Wow.
Woo.
Yeah, ooh, woo, indeed. All right, if we can try to find a way to pivot from that, we will. Hey, did you see that we made a list? We made a list on the internet, actually 2 lists, Kirsche. Did you see this?
I did not. Sorry, I was muted so I could type something.
Okay, no worries.
Because my typing's really loud, so.
Well, we made a list. This is from Yorch Torch Games over on X. It says the gaming community is way better thanks to all these legendary fun men and women who stand for fun and beauty over corporate greed and political activism. And You can see it's got me, it's got you, it's got Savvy, Razor, it's got Asmongold, Vera, Flash. It's got Jeremy,
got a lot
Ryan,
of people.
a lot of folks on there. But naturally, when you create some sort of slideshow like this, and you have people who are like, what are you talking about? So we made the other list here by this dude who says, this is a beautiful starter pack of who to mute or block on X if you want to play, if you want to enjoy talking about games you play. It says, so there you go. So yes, we've made the good list, I guess, here, and the bad list here, depending on what side of the internet that you're on. So
what an odd thing to say. It's like, if you enjoy a game, even if other people don't enjoy it, you can still talk positively about it. The only reason you would want to like drown out any kind of criticism about it is because there's shit wrong with it, but you agree with the shit that's wrong. Because in this case, the shit that's wrong is all of the identity politics being shoved into it.
The irony of that statement is that, and I don't know who that person is. I don't know, maybe
I've never heard of them either.
Right, but I looked at their thread on this where I took the screen cap, and the number one response is, all those people make everything so political. And I find that extremely ironic, considering that's exactly the opposite of what we're pretty much all we're saying is like, that's political, get it out of video games, right? And then they in turn go, well, that's political. You can't say everything's so political.
Well, so, it's like they make things political because when they do something, it's not actually political. It's just the correct thing to do. And then you being upset with that is making it political. And they hope to silence people by saying that, because if you feel bad for making something political, or if they can shame you for like, oh, you're such a hypocrite, you want politics out of video games, but look at this, like they did with like the White House tweeting out Halo memes. It's like the White House can tweet out Halo memes because they're not trying to put weird political shit in the Halo games. Like how is this even equivocal? It's not, but they try to say that it is because hopefully they'll get some dumb rubes that'll be like, oh no, I am being hypocritical. I must let my games be ruined by ideologues.
There's definitely a difference between Halo, the game itself, the franchise itself, putting in, say, BLM skins or LGBTQ skins into their game, which they've done, versus the White House doing a meme about the game. Right. I think there's a drastic difference between the two, because it's not like the White House is making a video game and being like, it's like
there's a drastic difference, but they've been able to browbeat anyone right of center with like, oh, you say you don't want eggs in your pancakes, but what about the waffles? And they use your principles against you in a way that doesn't even make sense, but nobody wants to get in trouble. So they just end up capitulating. Like I got so angry on my recent stream because it's like it's funny, when like the White House and like other White House people tweet out memes like Stephen Miller being like, oh, I understand where we are. And it's like, that's cool and all, Mr. Miller, but that's stuff that like we can tweet out. You're like actually in a position to fucking do something. Please do something. Like I'm just losing my mind.
Yeah, the idea of like a shit post is one thing, right? Like people did you see why people were upset at me this past week? I
wanted to cover it on the stream and I didn't get a chance to get to it because I had like 7,000 tabs open.
Yeah, it's so silly, but like
it's absolutely silly.
Yeah, and if they actually listened to the message around it, they would understand that I'm upset for the same reason they should be upset, because and I'm referencing this this says like almost 20 million views on it. Fucking A, that's so stupid. It took me 10 minutes to do. But I was, I've talked about this on the show. This takes place in 1880 Chicago. So they were upset that I noticed this. And the reason why the whole idea behind this stupid Twitter thread was to point out that if I'm Asian or black or disabled, I would look at this and be like, why is this a 3 to 4 second establishing shot? But they put these people in this establishing shot as a way to check boxes. So the rest of the show is pretty accurate. They like a bunch of white guys doing politics, right?
Considering how many times historical revisionism has happened where they replace white people and European people in like white history, with other people. I think it's less checking boxes and more part of the overarching subversion of history in general, where if we can't shame you into doing things we want you to do because of historical reasons, we're just going to take over your history and you'll have nothing.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing is I post these tweets and then I just mute them and then I move on. And I posted that right before I went to sleep. And then I woke up in the morning and I was like, wow, it has 22,000 like
dang,
likes.
that's got some speed to it.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking impressive. And then I just kind of casually go back to it. I mean, this is by far the biggest tweet I've ever had. And it was probably the most low effort tweet ever, because all I did was say,
those are always the ones that pop off, right?
Right. I put it into ChatGPT and had ChatGPT to do literally all the work, and it's all based off of like data. But data is racist now. Math is racist now, and it's funny because we actually I saw this person over here tweeted this out, and this is exactly a great example. This person says saw minorities in a show and started doing racist math. This has 163,000 likes.
Yeah,
right?
because again, if you defend the fact that it's not historically accurate in a show that's claiming to be historically accurate, you're racist. Your history is not your history. Your history is there to be used and exploited by other people until it is destroyed and no longer your own.
This has more likes than my original tweet. So I'm guessing I got ratioed, but on what level? I don't know. I mean, ratio versus exposure. But at the same time, what the fuck is racist math? I have no idea what that even means.
You're counting the minorities in the picture, and so you even noticing that they're there is you being racist.
Okay, so like literally the census is racist.
Yes. There was an article I read recently. I can't remember where it was from, and I stopped reading it because it was like 7 trillion pages long. But it was talking about how trying to encourage Americans to have more babies is actually racist and white supremacist, because if you want white babies to exist, you're perpetuating white supremacy. And it's like that's kind of a wild thing to say, first of all, because like not all Americans are white. Second of all, if white people want to have babies, that shouldn't be a problem at all. And it's very telling that there are now articles talking about how it is.
Man, that's crazy. Yes, the idea of simply noticing these things, and like once again, I go back to my initial idea of like if I'm black or if I'm Asian, specifically an Asian woman or a disabled person, I look at that and be like, you put me we got represented in this show in a 4-second establishing shot, 3 minutes into the show. So, and that's it. That's all the representation we get, right? So for me, that is the epitome of checking boxes, which if I'm any of those things, I'm like, I don't want to just be a checkbox. Like, give me something.
Yeah, that would be the normal response to it. But again, like that lady saying it's racist math, most people are going to watch this and it's going to go completely over their heads. This is like what I talked about when it came to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where everybody was like, it's not woke actually, but they put in all of this stuff that was historically inaccurate after touting both of their games being historically accurate. And it's like, people who are going to play it and are going to consume it and not think critically about it are just going to give their money to this thing, and they're going to slowly push more and more of that in there until historically accurate is whatever they say history was. And it's going to be worse. And this is why I hate fucking communists, man. Because all they do is destroy things that already exist and subvert what everybody already knows and makes it impossible to have any kind of conversation. Because when you try, you get people saying, oh, well, you're just doing racist math because you noticed something you're not supposed to notice from us trying to change historical fact.
My favorite stat of that whole thing is the idea that there's this well-to-do like Chinese woman in it. Like if you go back and you look at that photo, this lady she is living life over here.
Yeah, she looks fancy.
And do you know how many Chinese women were in Chicago at that time, according to the census?
I do not, but I know you put it in one of your tweets.
5. There was 5. And do you know what they all did at that time? they were certainly not socialites. They were not strolling downtown at all.
But Craig, if history was equitable, there would be more Chinese women and they would be upper class. And so we need to depict them that way. Otherwise, you're disadvantaging the current Chinese youth in America.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently history has disenfranchised everybody. And ultimately, it's posts like that which end up putting us on these horrendous lists over here. These lists of people that are both great and bad. So thank you for the nice words over there. And thank you for letting us know who should not follow us over there. So excellent. It's wonderful. And we appreciate that. We'll get to more communism here in just a second. But first, I want to read a couple of your supers, including executive producer Elsie, who came in with the very specific $10.40 tip. It says, still doing the right thing, making it a proud, respectable job. Thank you very much. Oh, you know what my favorite thing about that thread is? Is people were like, you have way too much time on your hands, or why don't you get a job? And the reality is, like, that is my job. My job is to
Your job is to be a racist? Oh my God. How does anyone platform you?
I know, it's unreal. No, my job is to talk about culture and to talk about video games and entertainment and things like that. So literally, I was doing my job. But
it's a job when they do it. But when you do it, you're a grifter who doesn't believe anything you say, but simultaneously is incredibly damaging.
It's spectacular. It's so funny. I also came to the realization that the people who are most critical of our show have never actually watched our show. Because
I mean, it's the same with me. Like, people just make shit up and then believe it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, hey, all you who don't watch our show, it's great to see you. And if you like dick jokes, you're probably in the right spot. So, C. Thomas Peasant says, Craigathy did nothing wrong for noticing, and the people upset are noticing are no better than the people who lived happily until Ingsoc erases them for, what is that? For convenience. INGSOK on our SOC. What is that?
Ingsoc is the fictional political ideology of the totalitarian state of Oceania in George Orwell's novel in 1984.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We are
fictional people.
Yes. A hippie tree hugger came in with the 22,000 kicks. Says we need an AI video of Kirsche suplexing Doom Train from Final Fantasy VI.
I also spent like a good 5 minutes trying to figure out what the hell that means, like 2,000 kicks, and I can't find a reliable source.
I think kicks are their version of like Twitch.
Oh, no, they are, but like there's also like the kicks currency, like cryptocurrency, and I'm like, are those the same?
I didn't know they have a crypto.
Yeah, so I've gone down a 5-minute rabbit hole to find absolutely nothing.
Oh. Well, thank you.
The Kick actually cracked down on bots recently, which is great to hear. I love that.
Yeah, so what I also did, because all I was doing was getting bots, is I made it follower-only mode, and that way the bots can't bother you anymore.
I have never actually dealt with many bots. I guess maybe because the Kick staff themselves were harassing me months ago, so I got that instead of bots.
What I noticed is that I used to have a lot of watchers on Kick, and then Kick kind of fell off. So all those people watching on Kick went to my YouTube. So I only get maybe like 5 people watching on Kick. And so when you have a really low number, that's when the bots come in and they start saying, oh, you want more viewers? Go so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. And so if you have low viewer count over there, that's why you get all the bots. So then if you turn to followers only mode, then you don't have that problem anymore. By the way, there's 167 people watching over on Kick right now, so that's pretty cool.
Hello, warm bodies.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you guys popping in, and let's get a big old window of doom here. It's just
I love warm bodies on Kick. They get you paid real American penny dollars, which apparently you can't even get anymore. So Kick is the only place you can get the real American penny dollars now.
Hell yeah. Love that. Well, thank you guys.
Oh, Hippie Tree Hugger says it's $26.35 USD for 2,500 kicks.
Oh. Well,
I'm assuming that's what you have to pay to do that. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Speaking of pennies, I think it's Dr. Thmick says we used to have we used to have half pennies. They were discontinued in the 1800s because they had no buying power. Their buying power was about 22 cents in today's money. Interesting.
I liked half dollars because the coins were super big.
Oh yeah, those were cool, weren't they?
They were cool.
Yeah. Marius says Blabs only wants to use trading cards as currency because she would instantly become a millionaire.
I'm just saying,
That
but
guy-
I have some dope cards.
That guy has dad energy.
That guy Gus says that NNN chatter should be proud. My streak is now is at a new record of 45 minutes, and my junk is ossified. Okay.
Huh?
Been some hiccups along the way. Anyways, here's to going into 5 minutes of my new streak. Does that mean he's hasn't whacked it in that long? Is that what we're doing?
Lord.
Okay, well,
That guy could
congratulations.
probably do 14 times a day.
Oh my God, I don't even know. Okay. Sonic Extreme says a realization I came to at some point in my life as a black person is the person in Hollywood doesn't see me as a person. They see me as a tool. They don't actually care. And if you notice, you are a traitor. Wow.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
That is powerful right there and nuts. Ian says, Blabs, I don't like honey very much either. Worse, it's considered health food, which is a fancy name for mental problems.
What? How does a health food be mental problems?
Well, yeah. That's a good one. We have Hippie Dingbat says that Steve Ballmer clip reminds me of the remix a guy made on YouTube when I was a kid. Good old Steve Ballmer. And Sunder Stiller says, do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men. Proverbs 22:29. Keep doing your job, Craig. You're doing well. Thank you very much, Thunder Stiller. Appreciate that.
Good Craigathy.
All right. We are on Rumble. We are on Kick. We are on Twitch. And, of course, we are live on YouTube, which is fun. YouTube is a great billboard. It allows us to interact with you guys on a day-to-day basis, and we will be here for as long as they'll have us. With that said, that has not been the same for a lot of channels, as there was a big update to YouTube recently as a ton of channels were banned and the YouTubers were blaming AI. Did you see this roll out, Kirsche?
No, I didn't.
So this is courtesy of Mashable over here. It says a number of YouTube channels with large followings were terminated, all allegedly with a bizarre connection here. Now, here we are. This starts from Caleb C over here. He has 16 million subscribers on social media. It says, I just lost another big YouTube channel. Team YouTube is the most anti-creator platform ever. No strikes, no warnings, no demonetization, no demonetized videos. Treating channels through
Terminating channels.
Terminating channels through Gemini is unacceptable. And he says Trump should regulate YouTube and other social media platforms. So you can see
I've
here.
never heard of this. 16 million subscribers, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So you can see here, he got popped over here, and he got hit for repeated violations of spam, deceptive practices, and scams policy here.
So what's been happening is that there are YouTubers who have had their YouTube channels connected with other channels, and they're saying that channels that didn't have any like strikes or anything were still nuked because the other channels that they're linked together were nuked due to copyright violations or copyright strikes. So they're just nuking channels that, even though they're linked, have no actual connection with each other. And so they're claiming that Google Gemini has been just axing everything without even like bothering to think about it for 2 seconds. And when you go and appeal it, automatically within seconds or minutes, it's rejected already. So it's like no person can actually look at this thoroughly without, you know, the proper like due course and everything. So that's also why they're saying, yo, this is AI, because it's just automatic rejection and after appeals and everything.
That's so weird.
So you can see, he said, I just got another channel terminated. Third channel this week. My first channel got terminated for no reason. He says I was uploading compelling videos about different countries' economies. Then 2 more channels got terminated for circumvention and spam. And YouTube was like, we use a combination of automated systems and human reviews to continuously check your account. And they said they went back and forth via DM here. Now, here's where things get interesting because this person, Caleb, came in and says, this is proof that YouTube is responding to people with AI after my channel got falsely terminated. YouTube sent me a survey from Sprinkler. Sprinkler is an AI messaging platform that automatically messages you based off the channel link that you send. Look at the 4th picture I link. It doesn't send any messages, but I got an automated reply that my appeal was rejected over here. So you can see here, you put the Sprinkler link, bada boom. Go over here. The data is collected by Sprinkler. Continued, elevate every interaction with AI. This is from the Sprinkler website. And then finally says it looks like you've already appealed. And you can see the time link difference here. Looks like you've already appealed and received an email outlining the decision. We know it wasn't the outcome you're waiting for, but these decisions are made very carefully. Appreciate your understanding. So that's where we're at right here. And then this guy, as we are weaving through this story here, YouTube admits they make a mistake after their AI Gemini bot falsely terminated millions of channels. Okay, here's the key thing here is that they got rid of all these channels here. So YouTube responded by using AI, automated replies on X, but recently things have changed. YouTube is now responding on X as actual humans. My channels are still falsely terminated and haven't been restored. I just make economic and fitness documentaries, but YouTube has finally begun taking action. This includes people who do not have any followers. So you can go over here, and he kind of goes through the saga here. But this is where things are nuts because YouTube is caught lying. It says a major update, YouTube is just caught lying, and they could face a fine of up to $51,744 per violation, right? After YouTube falsely terminated 5 million channels with AI here. So YouTube was denying AI was involved with odd removals of the tech tutorials over here. So they've gone in and they initially said, no, it's not AI. But according to all this, this is according to U.S. law, deceptive acts and practices are illegal. So if the FTC finds YouTube violated Section 5 over here, they would receive civil penalties of up to $51,000 per violation. Multiply that times 5 million channels.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
So that's a pretty damn big whoopsie right there when it comes to AI, I would say. So
crazy.
Yeah. There's a big old stuff. Kirsche, have you seen any instances of YouTube fucking over your channel?
I mean, like we talked about a few weeks ago when I got some videos demonetized for like saying slurs, and it was like me thanking my chatters for a donation, right?
Right.
Like that kind of stuff is very weird, and obviously their AI moderation is not very good. And I'm in a lucky position where like I do talk to a human being at YouTube because I have a YouTube manager. And even she sometimes has like I've escalated this and I haven't gotten a response back yet, you know? And it's like, well, I don't know what's going on at YouTube, but like I really wish that they would have more actual humans to do these things, because their moderation has been shit and people have been talking about how it's shit for well over a decade now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's man. Yeah, it's one of those things where YouTube, like, I think YouTube is it's like a giant fucking boat, right? Think of it like the Titanic, you know, but a million times bigger, where people want YouTube to make changes, but there's so many fucking moving parts on this platform now that getting anything done takes, you know, if anybody's ever worked in the corporate environment, the amount of red tape, the amount of politics that happen internally, it's nearly impossible to get anything done. So, and when you're dealing with millions and millions of creators on your platform, the idea of like, yes, Kirsche, you are extremely fortunate where you've reached a point to where you can have a human interaction. You probably have a partner manager, right? And we've had that in the past. We've had representatives and stuff, but for the vast majority of channels, they don't have that. Been there, done that, experienced it. So they have to deal with AI on a day-to-day basis and automated responses, especially.
I mean, I had to deal with that too before I got assigned a manager. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, man. It is a pain in the ass, and to see 5 million channels have to fight for their livelihood or have the opportunity to just post content on the platform is crazy, to say the least. So yeah. So man, oh man, how nuts is that? It's crazy to see.
I just hate how like YouTube in general is always like AI customer service for even like the simplest of things. Like let's just say they flag your video, whatever, some insane fan or like YouTube itself flags it inappropriately. All these little things are just constantly through AI and it drives me nuts. Like I always had this glitch with my shorts that I could never adjust the thumbnails like sliding on mobile. And they would just do an automatic response every single time. And I'm like, I've given up. It's been over like 6 months. It's just like little things like that. It's like, why do you want me to be on your platform when you treat me like shit? Like, there's tons of other platforms to go to.
At this point, it's kind of like, most platforms are like, well, we can treat you however the fuck we want.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, I'm always a little incredulous when people are like, oh, I got banned specifically for like, the spamming or scamming kind of thing as far as like botting stuff goes, because it's like people who do that obviously aren't going to admit to doing it, and a lot of people will jump to defend them because they know how bad the moderation systems can be. So even if you are someone who was doing that kind of nefarious stuff, as long as you say, well, why is this happening to me? I've never done this. Everyone's going to defend you because YouTube is shit. So
the botting world of like of online content creation is like really fascinating. I've looked at it from afar. I've never botted anything in my career, which I'm actually very proud of.
Yeah, same.
But you have people counting like chat interaction versus viewers, and there's like ratios and stuff to see what's real and what's not. But I mean, you see a channel that has 15,000 viewers and there's like 6 people chatting in it. Like it's clearly botted, right?
And I mean, when you look at people's like I don't know if there's an equivalent for YouTube to see like their CCV and their peak viewers in real time, but if you go on like Twitch Tracker and you see somebody who has like a kind of bumpy up line graph, and then for the most part it's almost a completely solid line once it hits a peak. Like maybe there'll be like a tiny like loss of maybe 3 viewers or something, but almost a completely solid line until they end stream. And especially if it's a solid line when they switch categories, because no streamer retains the same amount of viewership when they switch between different kinds of categories. Everyone is going to see like it go up if it's like a category that they're known for or that they excel in, and it's going to go down if it's something people aren't exactly super interested in.
Yeah, and that goes back into this idea of sometimes people are audience captured, I suppose. That's the best way to say it. So.
Side note, have you guys ever noticed on YouTube desktop that when you click on a random short, it'll like throw you like 7,000 shorts down and be the wrong short that you want to watch? Does that ever happen to you guys?
Shorts.
No.
Oh. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. I will see one for side scrollers, right? I'll go and click on it and it'll throw me down to like 7 or 8 down below, and it's not even the right one, and you can't even scroll up or down to find the right short. Mm-hmm. Shout out YouTube and Google, you're doing great things.
They're working here. It's interesting. I'm looking at Twitch Tracker here. I've never even heard of this person before, but have you ever heard of this person here, Kirsche? Cadrell?
No, I've never heard of them.
They, I mean, you look at their viewership here. You can kind of see that. I guess they played League of Legends here, and they had 422,000 people watching them at one time yesterday.
Right.
That just doesn't seem.
That doesn't seem real, because I don't know many people who get that, but I also don't play League of Legends, and his chart doesn't look crazy suspicious. So
yeah, it's just weird. Like, in fact, that this person is pulling those type of numbers, and you've never heard of this person before. I don't know, it just speaks to the content world.
I mean, that's what I say. Like, whenever I see someone that has like, Asmongold or higher viewership, and I'm like, I've never heard of you. I've never seen you posted anywhere on Twitter. I've never seen you included in any sort of like viewership metrics. I've never heard anyone talk about you. Or like when I was going through like looking for bridge stuff, and they would do like they would have Campbell sponsored collaborations with streamers that had like 2, 3, 5 million followers. I'm like, who the fuck even are you? You have like negative interaction on Twitter even.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, you fake it till you make it, as a lot of people have found out. So
I really hate that mentality. And I mean, the last time that there was like a big like botting conversation on Twitter, a lot of people were like, well, you kind of have to if you're just starting out, because how else are you going to compete with everyone else? And so it makes this whole mentality of like, you can't become a streamer, you can't compete with established streamers unless you start botting. And I think that's a really like loser mentality to have.
Yeah. Well, there is the easy way and the hard way. And I know at one point when we were streaming on Twitch several years ago, they kicked around the idea of adding a shelf on the front page, an area on the front page that would allow creators the opportunity to pay to be in it. And that lasted like one day before it got booted. It got yeeted really hard because people were like, that's a pay to play system, which I think could have potentially skirted the bots. I think the idea was that they knew there was a bot issue. So it's like, well, why don't we just give people, they're going to spend money on these bots. Why don't we just give them a place to promote their streams? And that didn't work out very well for Twitch.
I think it could have been an interesting thing if it was like, you can pay for a place on the shelf using your like YouTube revenue, not necessarily the ad revenue, because that could be exploited by botting, but like your super chat and your member revenue specifically. Like Twitch has started doing, like you can buy subs and stuff directly from your Twitch revenue, and I think that's a bit silly. But if YouTube had like a shelf like that, if they wanted to do that idea, having to pay for it through your community funding, like your super chats or your memberships, I think that would be a good way to kind of filter out people who would just be like, oh, I'm a millionaire, I'm going to start a channel, and I'm just going to pay to be on the front page every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you could definitely see how it'd be a pay-to-win situation right there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and we got a couple supers real fast. Let's get to some of these. Retromeister says, morning, strollers. First, Alex Jones was purged, and among others, then Kappa got revised before its actual renew date. And finally, censored critical news about COVID and Hunter Biden. Welcome to UCorp. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a mess. I think people truly don't understand the, like, if you didn't live through COVID, then it's going to be one of those times where I think the generation that grows up after, they're going to be like, I'm sorry, what happened? Like,
there's a lot of people who are just like, oh, we were wrong. Well, now's the time for forgiveness. And it's like, well, no, I don't necessarily think so, actually.
Weren't very forgiving during that 3 or 4 year window right there. You literally didn't want anybody to make a living because they didn't get the hoo-ha. Tenarian says, if I may divert from my massive nuts for a moment, I'm actually currently replaying Xenogears, and Kirsche will be happy to know that I'll then proceed onto the Xenosaga games, which didn't get released here and thus cost me a lot of money to import. Poppy! Thank you, Tenarian. I'm sure Poppy's hanging out somewhere in the background. Blabs, you see Poppy anywhere?
You know, sometimes she blends in, but she's here.
Oh, there she is. Good to see you, Poppy. How are you? Welcome to the coffee machine. Bounce it away there. That's nice. Zentetsu came in and says, Cadril is legit. Okay, there you go. Thank you very much.
Like I said, his graph looks like it's legit viewers. I just haven't heard of him.
And Kick Chat is saying that he's legit too. So he says he's coaching an underdog streamer team that so far has achieved a 90% win rate.
That's crazy.
He gets more views in Championship than the official League of Legends channels. Wow.
That's also funny.
Dude, good for him, dude. Congratulations. That is excellent.
I'm glad that he's legit because he has a cool name.
Cadrel, right?
Makes him sound like an archangel, you know?
Yeah. Jeremiah says, what's your thoughts on Disney's earning call? Where you did where do you think where you think it was going to be the same thing as usual? I didn't hear anything about Disney's earning call. I know
think
that
it was this morning.
I haven't
seen anything about it.
I saw Valiant Renegade.
Yeah, I have it actually pulled up right now. I just pulled up this tweet. Here it is. Let me in, StreamYards. There we go. Disney brags on the earnings call this morning about 14 million global views for Lilo and Stitch in the first 5 days on Disney+. The average random cheat Netflix documentary does that almost every week in under 3 days. Wall Street doesn't seem to get how dead Disney Plus is outside of a 5-year-old's watching Bluey. It also has by far the worst cumulative losses over the last 5 years of any pure streamer and has spent more than anybody else for less content that seldom, if ever, is genuinely competitive in viewership. It's a money pit, but financially masked and sheltered entirely by Hulu. So my response immediately would just be like, I would love to see these sources of, the skins
Yes,
that he
I would
made.
love to see the sources.
Yeah, because I can't respond to this. I don't know.
Well, here is Disney's stock over the last 5 days. For those who are curious, it's down 5%.
Doing glorious numbers.
But once again,
Oh my god.
but once again, you need to look at let's just look at a year from now. Okay, so it's still about there. Now, Disney is interesting because if you go back and you look at where it was, I think it was a decade ago. Yeah, if you go back to 2000, it's about the same spot it was like a decade ago. So if you invested a decade ago, you would have actually lost money on your investment. The only spike was during COVID and during the streaming time. So you have not seen much growth in the Disney company since then. So interesting. Well, thank you for the super chat there. That is excellent. All right, let's go and move on and talk about Hasan, I Love China, Piker over here. So you saw that he was visiting China. Yeah. Is that correct? Yes.
Yeah.
He visited China. He went to Tiananmen Square. He saw the flag raising thing. And apparently, I did a little research this morning. Apparently, he says this entire thing is financed by him. He paid for his trip to China. This is not a propaganda tour. This is.
I mean, I don't think it matters if he paid for his own trip because he's obviously pro CCP. So. Just because they didn't pay him doesn't mean, I'd be like, I was trying to think of a fascist country that I could compare to, but I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Well, I'll tell you this. What's interesting about the idea that would a country pay to do this? And the answer is 1000% yes. This happens. How do I know? Because I've done it before. I've literally been on a trip to another country on that country's dime, and that's when I was at Rooster Teeth. I worked there for 3 years, and I was put on and I didn't really know that's how it worked, but afterwards I was like, holy shit, they just bought it. They brought everybody here to pump up the tourism over here.
Tourism,
yeah, man. So I didn't even realize it. And here's the thing: this is the video itself. Right here, where we went to Taiwan, and we were there for 5 days, 6 days, and they got a 6.5 minute video out of it. They invested tens of thousands of dollars to get everybody there, and they got a 6 minute video out of it that did 559,000 views. I had no idea.
In 9 years.
Yeah, in 9 years. And I mean, by the way, this was a great fucking time. And you want to know why it was a great fucking time? Because we were brought to all the best things. We were brought to the best places to eat. We were shoveled food in our face constantly. Whatever we wanted, we got. We were treated like fucking royalty. It was spectacular. And it was all we had a more or less a shepherd taking us from place to place. And it was all guided tours. It was amazing. It was the greatest trip in the world.
It sounds like a lot of fun. But as long as people disclose that they're taking the payment, I don't really see too much of a problem with that, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, but here's the thing. And to be clear, I didn't get paid any extra to be on that trip. I just got a full trip to go. I was like, cool, fucking A, I love it. Now, with that said, the idea of would a government do this? Yes, I know because I've experienced this, right? Now, there's a lot of things about this trip that kind of raise some eyebrows. And the first thing to me is that if this was not government funded, how did you end up on government programming here, state media?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. I didn't see this.
Yes, here is the interview that that he had here with this lady who speaks wonderful English.
I also wanted to show my audience and the Western world in general that there are a lot of rumors about China. There's a lot of misunderstandings and also just outright lies, and that it's just another normal country, just like every other country is.
This is Hasan Piker, an American online streamer, influencer, and a political commentator who wields significant influence over the young demographic in the US. He's known for his daily streams featuring political commentary and media analysis, and has amassed a combined 4.5 million followers on Twitch and YouTube. In his streams, he often discusses China's development with his viewers. Now, he has finally taken his first trip to China.
I know Beijing's still first.
Yeah, so this was definitely paid for by the CCP. You know, without seeing this, it'd be like, it doesn't really matter if he was paid to go there or if he paid himself. Like, either way, he's gonna, praise them. You don't get on Chinese government television without the CCP interfering. There's no way, brother.
They you think that if Asmongold went over there, they'd be like, yeah, so how about you come do a state-sponsored interview with us? That'd be great.
Absolutely not.
My God. Let's go ahead and I'll tell you, let me flip you there. And let's go and continue here.
First stop in your whole travel plan in China. It's probably just been 2 days for you to arrive China. How's your experience so far?
It's been amazing. I haven't slept at all, but I'm just I'm carrying myself because I'm so excited. It's been a remarkable experience thus far. But I was always very excited to come to China, so this has been a dream come true for me.
What do you want?
By the way, do you notice the production here? The amount of cutting and the sound effects put in the background.
What is that weird sound effect that it feels so out of place in an interview like this?
It's Chinese brainwashing, Kirsche. They're sending electromagnetic signals to your brain.
It's the 5G.
Yes, let's continue.
Experience the most, or what do you want to try the most?
But by the way, do you think they're going to ask him about him shocking his dogs?
Oh, absolutely not. Why would they do that? This is meant to promote China, not talk about Hasan.
That's right. And, they probably want to eat the dog. Just saying. They're like...
Bring Kaya, we eat.
I want to see all the big tier 1 cities. But most importantly, I am super stoked that I'm going to get on a high-speed train tomorrow to go to Shanghai, because I also want high-speed rail in America.
Hey, we had a conversation about high-speed rail in my stream the other
China.
Oh, yeah?
Because I think it'd be really cool, but also America's pretty fucking huge, man. I don't that would cost so much, and we already have so many problems with our current public transit. I don't think a high-speed rail from coast to coast would have none of the problems that our current railways, whether they be subway, intercity, or long distance, currently have.
No, I think that's a horrible idea. And look at California.
I love trains. I would love to see bullet trains in the US. I don't think it's possible. I would love to see more the high class fucking cool looking trains that have dinner theaters on and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love that. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
No. Let's continue.
Well, part of it is because I talk about China quite a bit as far as lessons to learn and what America could adopt and emulate, and seeing it in real time, I think is a lot different. I also wanted to show my audience and the Western world in general that there are a lot of rumors about China. There's a lot of misunderstandings. And
fucking sound effects, man. They're outstanding.
Sound effects, dude.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what he says here.
That's right. Hey, it's actually a really, really good way to phrase it here. Let's listen to that one more time. It's actually perfectly timed.
In the Western world in general, that there are a lot of rumors about China. There's a lot of misunderstandings and also just outright lies, and that it's just another normal country, just like every other country is. I know that, but one, experiencing it for myself is good, and seeing it for myself is good, and then two, showing it to other people as well, I think will be a good opportunity.
If Kim Jong-un wants to pay me to go to North Korea, I'll make a video like this, man. Let's go.
How much would it take, Kirsche, to go over to China and make your own Chinese state-sponsored interview?
Unironically, I would genuinely rather go to North Korea. I think North Korea is far more fascinating because they're more isolated and they don't exactly have the kind of influence that China does, so I don't really see it as a threat. And I would at least be smart enough to not attempt to steal propaganda posters.
Well, I'll tell you what, this has been very interesting to see the interview here. And he did go live. He did go live after this and talk to his audience. And wouldn't you know it, Blabs, he loves himself some China.
my mind, in my conscience, I have already become Chinese.
Oh, that's cultural appropriation. That's racist.
What a thing to say. God damn.
That's honestly amazing to see. And that's the first thing you say. Let's continue. See, here it is.
Okay. We were already white Chinese in this chat. I've already become full Chinese.
Oh my God, that was like one of the videos I watched him say. He was like, we were a bunch of swagged out white boys for China or something, and I was like, who says that? Who says these things?
Hasan Piker says these things. give it up for swagged out white boys for China.
I'm just saying, but if you change out China, right, and you let's say Africa, whatever it is, a lot of people will be really pissed off at what he has to say.
Africa is a continent.
Okay, yeah, okay, all right, fine. You want to say like South Africa? Is that more specific for you, Kirsche?
Sorry, I had to put on my actually glasses.
Okay, well, listen, the statement still stands, and if like he had said some other country, he'd be in a lot of deep shit. I'm just saying.
If this was like PewDiePie talking about Japan, people would have had a fucking fit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue here. He's glowing over his visit to China.
Let me just start by saying that. It's fucking...
Dude, he's literally like he's glowing.
He's cheesing. He's so happy.
He's like all over Mao's knob
He's
right
like,
now.
I'm on that low lane train.
God,
And it's like again, when you're entering into communism, if you're taken around on a personal tour with like the upper echelons of the communist society, yeah, you're obviously gonna have a good time because you're part of that like bourgeoisie class. If you're under communism and you're not part of the ruling class, you're not gonna have a good time.
Do you think that he would ask them about the Uyghur concentration camps in China, perhaps? Or
absolutely not.
No. He claims to be for the Muslims and all that, but no, not those.
You don't think that he would stop down and
No. You know that meme of Drake where he's like this no, and then he's totally yes. So he's no against Mickey Mouse, but he's totally for Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, well, he is loving his time in China.
It's fucking sick. Okay.
By the way, look at his his fucking sweet hotel room he has here.
And I mean, he did say earlier that he was what did he describe them as? Like the something 1 cities? What did he say?
Yeah, tier 1 cities. He doesn't want to go to the tier 2 or tier 3 cities. Just the tier 1.
I'm sure if you go to China and you only go to like the wicked nice areas and you spend time in like, Shanghai or whatever, it's probably going to be okay.
The tier 1 cities are Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Guangzhou. I don't know what those are. I don't know. Well, those are the 4. And by the way, he's not. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he's certainly not showing up at the countryside and the people like scraping by. He's in this beautiful posh hotel with all the great internet. This person, you look so happy right here. Yes,
I mean, he does.
My God, he does. Yeah, he's glowing.
Like, you have abundant style consumption paired up with a centrally controlled economy and economic system that has yielded tremendous development.
You know what's really interesting about that? The rich guy, I call all my exes by like a quality that they had so people know who I'm referring to. The guy that I dated, he was in finance. And he dealt a lot with like Chinese companies and wealthy Chinese businessmen. And whenever people would call China either like a pure communist or a pure capitalist nation, he would lose his mind. Because he's like, China is a capitalist economy run by communist policy. And the communist policy is what has strangleholded China's growth. And they would be much less of a paper tiger and much more of an actual bold competing influence if their economy wasn't strangled by communist policy.
Do you think that he is going to the sweatshops and being like, hey, you can buy all your Nike shoes here, and it's done with 37 cents of labor here?
I would love to see him tour the suicide nets.
Oh man, hey, he's having such a good time though, Kirsche. Why would you ruin all the fun with that?
Imagine hating on someone having fun. What a loser.
Oh,
I'm just saying, but you guys know that song that was like all over social media a couple months ago, the Man in Finance song, where it's like trust funds 6'5". Like I feel like this is Hasan's theme song.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Kirsche does at least.
Okay.
No, I've never heard that song.
Yeah.
What? You've never heard the whole like finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. And it's like literally these women want like, you know, checklists for like finance and
Also,
everything.
none of the finance guys are 6'5" with blue eyes.
No,
I'm telling you
no.
that, right? They're prematurely balding. They're gonna have an early heart attack from stress. They're all sociopathic.
This is also true. And they're also cheating on all their wives because they're so stressed and everything. And they
Yes.
suck.
Yes.
Let's see what else. I mean, hey, I'm ready to get on a plane right now, Kirsche. Let's go to China.
Let's go to China.
Let's go. And for the record,
No thanks.
for the record, I actually would love to go to China. I legitimately would love to go check it out just to see exactly what it is. But I'm.
I mean, that's what I was saying about North Korea, right? Like, it's fascinating to me, and I love being able to visit other countries and other cultures, especially ones that we don't have a lot of information on because they're fucking closed off, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like when that guy, I want to say it was in the Philippines, it might have been Thailand, I don't know, I'm bad at remembering, but when that guy was able to get like a satellite signal and host North Korean television programming for a while on Twitch, that was fascinating. And someone had done that a few years before, and there were like poll threads hosting like North Korean TV, and seeing like their TV programming was fascinating. I couldn't understand shit because I don't speak Korean, but it was still fascinating to see.
If we went to China, how, like, and I had to barter our way out. Blabs, I'm sorry you're staying. I just want to let you know I'm gonna leave you behind in China. They'll be like, "Oh, white woman," oh, hey. And they would love you. They would.
We trade white woman for freedom.
Yeah, 100%.
I would never go in the first place knowing that you would just leave me there.
Oh no, I wouldn't leave you there. I would trade you.
Bartering.
That's the only way I could leave, Blabs.
Yeah, that means you have value, Blabs. You should be glad.
Yeah, they see tremendous value in
good.
white woman.
Trade white woman for 3 goats.
No, for
You're
safety.
worth at least 4 goats, Blabs.
Thank you.
Yeah, and look, Robert points out in the chat, you're not being traded, you're being loaned out, Blabs. There's a difference between the two. In time, you would come back, you know, it would just take a little bit. That's all, Blabs.
Assaulted and whatnot. Thank you so much.
No. They just want to explore and learn more about the white woman. That's all.
I hate the way you say explore. No.
Well, let's see Hasan explore more China here.
50s Soviet era building blocks next to the Gucci store.
Oh boy.
If there was ever a country that represented the synthesis, the things that I enjoy so much personally, if ever such a country existed, I do not know. You have to try the premium grilled chicken sandwich at McDonald's China, or I'm gonna report you to the CCP officials.
Why did he sound like he's kind of drunk?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's just having such a good time that he's
Maybe they give him the really good cocaine there in China.
So that would be a reason to visit China, right? Get the really good cocaine.
get all the good cocaine. Yeah, that's I guess that's a good thing. Well, good for Hasan. He is certainly living his best life in China.
China's like, look, all it took was one trip. We don't even need to give him his own fang fang.
He's gone his way. He's ready to go. Maybe he just relocates there and he lives there full time. I mean, the government will pay him to stream and do propaganda there. That'd be great.
True.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, real quick. We do have some more Hasan here in just a second because we want to talk about him and Asmongold in China. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, Slyrai says Hasan is a hypocrite in his being detained by ICE at the airport controversy. He wasn't. He called the U.S. a dictatorship, but Chinese cops actually detain him over a meme on a phone, and he glazes them.
That's true. That's true.
Thank you, Slyrai.
But, that's fine because ICE is the enemy, and China #1.
That's right. C. Thomas says Hasan is not American. He only got that citizenship by technicality, and don't trust China. Potential criminal says he needs to register under the Foreign Agents Registration Act. Hi, Foxu.
Hi, Sean.
Bigglesworth says, I don't think Hasan should want to go to Shanghai. Historically, it's a bad idea. Thank you, Bigglesworth. Matthew says, I don't hate China. I hate their government, but not the people or the culture. I'm with you on that. Yeah. It also goes for Japanese. I don't hate the people, but the culture needs a fix. I'm not for the live to work style of life.
You know, everyone's gonna have things about each culture that they don't like, you know, and I don't necessarily like some of the things that go on in China, but that doesn't mean that, like, you hate the Chinese people.
No,
especially when you take into consideration some things are probably done because of the level of brainwashing, like the one child policy thing, where people were like just putting their female babies in baskets and leaving them out at markets to dehydrate and die.
Ugh.
That's a terrible thing, and that's a terrible thing about Chinese culture from that period. But when you think about if you didn't do that, your entire family could just be slaughtered. It's like you hate having to make that choice, and you hate having to give any kind of concession, but like, what could they have done, really? A lot of families were able to try and get their daughters smuggled out. And one of the documentaries I watched years ago was actually of one of the girls who was able to get smuggled out of the country, and she eventually made her way to the US and then made a documentary on like the women in China who would help traffic babies out of the country to save their lives.
Man, what a crazy other world.
Yeah.
Marmalin says he is squinting his eyes as he's saying it. I give him a pass since I'm Korean. He can go live in China forever. Thank you, Marmalin. Appreciate
He's got
that.
the pass.
Thank you for the squinty eyes pass. That's good. We also have this from Marmalin. Says he's happy because they eat dogs and he likes abusing dogs. It's his happy place. He can abuse dogs there freely. Thank you,
That's
Marmalin.
true. The more pain you inflict on them, the tastier they are, apparently.
Oh, wow. A lot of pain. Dina Ryer says, having a tiered cities in a communist country is quite ironic when they champion equality. Like Kirsche said, if they were run, they would be broke, but they do engage in capitalism.
Didn't someone also recently say that, like, unfortunately, we beat the USSR?
Yes, he did say that recently. Yes. Wasp came in and says, met a guy who escaped China. He said that another Tiananmen Square event in the early 2020s where 2,500 people, quote unquote, disappeared. You never heard about it because the internet is heavily censored. Wow.
I had a friend in the Air Force, and the job that he did after getting out of like active duty. I mean, I'm not a military person, so if I misrepresent language, I apologize. But after he got out of active duty, his job was specifically to target and take down China firewall so that people could access like the real internet. It was really fun to like listen to him talk about the parts that he could talk about, because obviously he couldn't say everything, but it was fascinating to learn from him.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, let's get to this other piece of this Hasan story. But first, I want to remind you guys that coming up next week on Wednesday, this is the last time you're gonna, if you tune in for Kirsche on the show, last time we'll remind you guys that next week we got our Overcocked event, which will feature Kirsche and Leaflet, as well as the our new friend Pickle, which will be joining us as well. And there will also be another mystery VTuber joining us as well. So make sure you guys join us for that. If you'd like to support and watch the show and support Kirsche at the same time, you can use promo code FOXLADY when signing up for Side Scrollers Plus and use the link down below. As well as you can use promo code TURKEY for the month of November to get $31 off an annual membership. You get access to all of our Plus content, the Real Game Awards, and Rumble Premium, all in one sweet little package right there. So appreciate y'all's support. Would love for you guys to open up a tab and join us over there. And you guys literally support our show, which is paramount to what we do. So thank you guys very much. All right, let's go to this this other piece of Hasan's trip to China, where I guess he was talking to another influencer or something. They appear to be mic'd up, and he was shocked to learn that
I like how you say shocked and Hasan together.
Hey, it's a pun. He was shocked to learn that apparently Asmongold is extremely popular in China, which, Kirsche, I'm sure
that is interesting, actually. I would have never guessed.
Yeah, let's check out this interaction here.
Yeah. Like, they know fucking Asmongold and shit. That's so strange.
Yeah,
no one from China should know who Asmongold is. You remember me last time I said hi to you? Like, you were supposed
That's
That
pretty much
seems
it.
really weird, right? Because going by the logic that no one in China should know who Asmongold is, wouldn't also no one in China should know who Hasan is?
Correct. Yes, I think
I
that's.
also find it really goofy that they have Adidas jackets with like the Chinese ties on the front of it.
Dude, like talk about cultural appropriation.
Right? How dare they? Slavs squatted for centuries for that kind of drip.
Dude, I'm with you. This is very, very weird. Well, speaking of this is weird. Apparently, Asmongold is very popular on the Chinese social media competitor called Billy.
Oh yeah, Billy. A lot of VTubers stream there.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we should make our way over to Billy. I don't know anything about it, but why not?
That's
right?
a chick that did the like cuck chair thing that I crashed out about.
I don't know. But there we go. Anyways, he's very big. He was Asmongold was shocked to learn that a large amount of his videos about him were centered around Black Myth Wukong, right? And Astrobot. So yeah, apparently he has a pretty big audience over here, over in China, which is interesting. I don't know, kind of crazy. Do you think that has to do with people wanting to hear what he has to say about Black Myth Wukong, or do you think it has something to do with just the idea of maybe his thoughts on issues?
Well, personally, during the Black Myth Wukong thing, they never showed any proof that Sweet Baby Inc. had tried to coerce them for anything. And so I was like, this is probably just some kind of marketing scheme, because they know that everyone is going to be willing to support something that goes against Sweet Baby Inc. at this point in time. And so they're going to get a ton of free advertising for like the anti-Sweet Baby Inc. streamers. They're going to get a ton of people who will just buy their game to spite Sweet Baby Inc. So I don't know how much of it is necessarily for Asmon's opinions, more than like he was a massive like help for Black Myth Wukong.
Mm-hmm. This Billy, by the way, this thing am I looking at this correctly, Kirsche? Is this the platform that I need to be on here?
I've never been to Billy, so.
Oh, okay. I wasn't.
But
quite
I mean,
sure.
it looks like the correct font.
Billy.tv, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good. First time hearing about it. Well, anyways, a lot of people apparently know who Asmongold is, which is kind of interesting. And obviously, Hasan was shocked by that. What was also interesting was we know that he is the Twitch poster boy.
Yeah.
At this point. And what's also interesting about this is he's also the Twitch CEO's favorite streamer, which is something that he's said publicly many, many times. Dan Clancy has said.
Yeah.
But when you add all this up, right, people talk about like Rumble. Oh, Rumble's a political platform, right? Then you should probably be saying the same thing about Twitch and the politics associated with that, especially when Hasan was having closed doors meetings with people. And this is him talking about this right here. Let's hear what he had to say.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Talking about being underneath the Democratic big, quote unquote, big tent.
I have had closed door private meetings with a lot of people that I never thought would desperately want to talk to someone like myself.
And I think this is also a big reason, like, a lot of Republicans end up losing. I've reached out to a couple, like, House representatives talking about, like, the Creators Caucus that Matt Pat set up, talking about e-commerce, talking about, what would be interesting to do as far as, like, streamers and e-commerce goes. And all of them were just like, yeah, we're not really interested in that in this time. And it's like, you got to get with the program, old man. Like, if you're not going to engage with what is current culturally relevant, it's going to be a struggle. And Republicans, I guess, are just content with doing nothing and losing continuously, because it just seems like a lot of people don't want to really do anything. There are some that I've talked to that I plan on doing some stuff with probably next year when I have an opportunity to, but it's just like, it's a really weird thing. And Democrats are much more open to collaborating with especially streamer type people. Like we saw Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez come on with streamers last year during campaigning for things. And it just doesn't make sense why Republicans wouldn't want to take advantage of, especially people being like, hey, I would like to do stuff,
There is definitely hesitance, and as maybe it just has to do with the old white guy mentality of things when it comes to the Republican or GOP or whatever. I don't even know what the real difference is between the two, if I'm being totally honest with you. But yes, it seems like they are definitely more willing to engage, and that's exactly what Hasan is talking about here.
Their ambitions within the party structure, people who are representatives of the old guard, and obviously most of that conversation still centers around like, how do we reach these kids? You've seemingly been able to do this successfully.
By the way, if somebody could please clip that, that'd be really great. Just him saying that.
And like, I don't know where he's talking about this, but at TwitchCon, Gavin Newsom actually went to the partner lounge and he had meetings with some of the people at the partner lounge.
Yeah. Weird.
How can we do it as well? And I just keep repeating the same thing I say for free on camera every single day, which is, it's not just the mediums, but it's also the message, and it's also the values at the center of this party. We need to be definable. We need to be easily understandable, and we need to be defined by key policy perspectives that we have. Key policy.
By the way, I think what he's saying makes a lot of sense. But when he says, like, I want to go back to something he says here.
Be defined by key policy perspectives that we need to be easily understandable.
Okay. If we need to be easily understandable, how can these people who can't define what a woman is be easily definable? If you can't define a woman, how are you going to define anything else?
Because they don't need to be easily understandable to their opponents. Their opponents are Nazis and fascists and people that are okay to murder. So like, they don't matter. They need to be easily understandable to each other. And if you've been sucking up all of the like different propaganda and the way that they speak, it doesn't matter if you can't argue with somebody who has a different opinion than you. It only matters that you can repeat the talking points. So that it needs to be easily understandable. They need to be able to get these propagandized people on board to repeat slogans, to repeat talking points, even if they don't understand them. That's just what they need, because that's how you get enough people together and voting, and you get someone like Zoran Mamdani being the mayor of New York.
He obviously is huge when it comes to politics, but he's also represented by the William Morris Endeavor. Do you know who WME is in the world of Hollywood? That is the biggest talent agency in the world, WME. And he is represented by them, and even them, they've said, "Hey, why don't you tone down that political rhetoric?" Right here.
That's funny.
Says he's getting a little too hot, is what I've heard. Did he heed the warning? No, because I'm very stubborn, and if something is wrong, I'm going to call it out. And if I can't call it out, then I can't do my job. That's my job. That's what I do. So yes, I've gotten warnings, and I'm not oblivious to it. So
jeez.
Yeah, you see these things, and then you see like. This is the article, the Variety article, and you're met with this image immediately. Like, what a fucking asshole! I'm just saying, like, with all due respect.
I kind of agree with him on that part, because it's like, as much as I don't agree with obviously what he believes and what he thinks of as a problem, I would do the same exact thing, right? Like, I try to keep myself as unfiltered as humanly possible, and the only time I don't really talk about things is if it would cause problems for people I'm directly friends with. And it's like, I hate not even being able to talk about those things, but sometimes, you have to be protective of people instead of just slinging shots,
Listen, I'm with you. If somebody tells me I shouldn't be doing something, I'm going to do it, right? Yeah. I'm very much with that mentality here. I'm sorry. The one thing I've really caught here is just the pictures. Like, this is a look at the outfits here that he's wearing, and as you scroll down, you got to remember, they set this guy. They're like, "Hey, why don't you go stand in this tree while we take this photo here?"
It's like actual magazine like model pictures.
Yes, it is. Like, hey, listen, if you could just please stand in this tree, we want to take some pictures.
Why are his pants so large?
And then they have this one over here, which, man, oh man, like, look, what a guy here. Wearing his sweet little outfits here. These are all like perfect. They had a full photography get up here. It's man, for being socialist. I don't see him handing out a whole lot of that sweet money that he's paid to do these things. Just saying, like,
that's not really surprising, to be fair.
You think that if you're going to go to China, you'd want to bring somebody along with you, you know, maybe share the wealth, share the experience, right?
Well, didn't he have a couple of people with him though?
Well, no, I'm talking about just like random ass viewers. You just got to be able to bring them in and share the wealth, as they say.
For sure, I'm never going.
I don't think that would be very safe to just bring random viewers with you. I'm going to be honest.
Well, no, but he's he's just sharing the wealth. That's all. That's all I'm saying. He should be able to share with everybody. It is a horrible idea, but I'm just saying. All right, cool. There you go. There's more Hasan Piker for everybody. And yes, he is shocked that Asmongold is popular in Japan. So,
which is a weird China, you mean?
I'm sorry, that's what I meant. Yes, China. Yes, correct.
Like racist? You got China and Japan confused?
They all look the same, Kirsche.
Like they all have squinted eyes. No one cares.
Listen, if anybody has squinted eyes, it's definitely me. Have you ever seen me smile?
It took me like 0.3 seconds to guess Japanese and ethno guesser when I played it last with Fillion. That was great.
It's Japanese. All right. Let's get to some supers real quick. Let's start here with Game Hunter. Says, to my Oshi Kirsche, 3 weeks ago, my lesbian ex-girlfriend went on a full crash out and I never understood why. 1 week later, I found out that her ex married the dude and their LGBT friends went to the wedding.
Oh, wow. Fuck.
Crazy.
Wild.
Will Yum says, who dresses Hasan? His clothes never fit. And he stands like a toddler that just filled his diaper.
I don't understand why he likes wearing the super oversized clothing. It looks really awkward.
It's fashion, innit?
It's fashion. Wah says, I don't want to tell how the Chinese individual I met knows this for his safety, but he said Xi is trying to bring government back to the Mao politics and get ready for war against America in 5 years.
Interesting.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I have some friends who are pretty prominent in the military. When I left gaming and I worked inside the firearms industry, the people who I worked with were all very prominent. And one of them was like, yeah, we're going to go to war with China 100%. Like they all forecast this happening in sooner than later. And it's like, oh, yeesh, I don't want to hear about that shit, so.
Yeah, right.
Bentley guy says, with the 10 says, I made that statement on Blabs tweet that I think Savvy would be better at the house cleaning games. But speaking of Asmon, I'm going to put my money on the Ginger Roach King. Hashtag Montez. Thank you very much, Bentley. Video Gamer came in with the 1250, says, amazing that a champion commie here in the U.S. can experience what real communist dictatorship is like and still sing their praises. Just proves how insane / corrupt the bastard is. Glad we have the likes of Side Strollers and the wonderful Fox Soup Kirsche acting as the voice of reason in this effed up world. Thank you, Video Gamer. We have this from Hippie Tree Hugger with 2,000 kicks. Says, Kirsche, you don't want to go to North Korea. The last tourist who stole towels from a hotel was put in prison and died from torture.
Why would you go to a country like North Korea and try to steal shit? Like, that's actually the dumbest thing you could possibly do. And I have zero sympathy for you. Like the lady that brought weed to Russia. Why would you do that?
Right. Yes. That seems like a very boneheaded thing to do. Like, really? Now that I'm in this place that nobody knows and we know is a ridiculous dictatorship and nobody knows anything about it, I'm going to break some laws. What do you think?
Right?
Like over fucking towels of all things. Like, how weird.
I don't remember the towel thing. I just remember the guy like trying to steal some of the propaganda posters. And it's like, governments like that probably can just lie about it. But if they were lying, wouldn't the people that they took be like, yeah, they're lying, bro? But that never happens. They don't ever say that.
John says, who would treat Kaya worse, Hasan or China?
Yes.
Fluffy Pro says, I wanted to respond to the Talk About Games comment. My favorite moments on the show are the OG show and the OG show is the random tangents. I love hearing about Craig saving Africa with giant balls or hearing about weird things Blabs did on a farm or Fox Lady lore. Well, thank you, Fluffy Pro. Appreciate that. And that's if we're talking about games on a day-to-day basis, that's fine. But ultimately, you guys got to get to know us, and you guys will get to know us through all the ridiculous, stupid things that we do and say. And it does build the lore, and it's fun. So, look, games are an underlying thing that we talk about on the show. Do we talk about it every day? Sure, sometimes, maybe. But more than anything, look, we're talking about culture and video games, entertainment, and all that implies. So, yes, Side Scrolls is the number. At this point, it's a meme. Side Scrolls is the number one video game podcast on planet Earth. And by the way, we are fucking killing it right now. Specifically, I had this tweet out the other day. Kirsche, I don't know if you know this, but throughout all of our syndication, Side Scrolls is seen by over 100,000 people on a day-to-day basis.
That's crazy.
So that's pretty fucking awesome. So
that is pretty fucking awesome.
Like the only ones like, the ones that we when you look at like the charts for top podcasts and stuff, like we're not going to reach them because we do that through syndication. We're not on like traditional. We are on Spotify, but Spotify isn't our big driver. It's YouTube and Rumble and everywhere else. So yeah, but
that's how like it looks like my CCV is pretty low if you just look at like one platform outside of YouTube. YouTube it exploded, but when you add like my Twitch and my Kick and my YouTube CCV together, because X doesn't count. Yeah, I'm at like 3,500 viewers every time I'm live, roughly for an average, and that's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it is nuts. We're about the same between all the other platforms. I think it's really fucking cool. And if the thing is, if we expanded the show out to like 3, 4, 5 hours and we just were live all day, that would only expand. That would only improve. But But hey, here we are. And you know what? I love our little time slot we have here. We'll be doing more in 2026. I promise you that. I'm sorry. All right, we have this from Bussy Breaker. Says there's no laws against giving North Korea gifts like syphilis or Wrigley's gum. Maybe I think they would probably come down hard. We would
also Craigathy. That's pronounced bussy. It's a bussy, like a boy pussy.
Do you think he knows? Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, do you think he knows what that means?
No, Blabs, please tell me what that means.
Kirsche just did.
No, but be specific, please.
No.
Explain to him what a boy pussy is.
Yes,
Blabs.
please, Blabs. Tell me what a pussy is.
I'm real good. I'm good. I've learned stuff. I'm good now. I have gone and retired.
Blabs, you
know,
learned
like
about
that
these...
old thing in like Kung Fu Panda, and the old guy, he's like, "It is time. I shall go now." Like that. Yeah, that's me.
That's bullshit, Blabs.
I don't even know who you are. I gotta read this one though because it made me laugh. Bike Shorts for 5 over on Plus says, just came back from getting my prostate checked in my late 20s. Had abdominal pain and little bleeding. I'm gonna be fine, but I just want to remind you, old heads, Craig, maybe Foxu, since I don't know how old you are. By the way, she's a woman. She doesn't have that.
Prostate, man. What the hell?
Should get y'all selves checked. You never know. I can confidently say I'm not gay after that visit. So you're gonna get your non-prostate check there, Kirsche?
I mean, I do go to the gynecologist.
Go. Make sure you tell them to check the prostate.
They'll probably actually try because they don't only service biological women anymore.
This is true. They thems. Anyway, Marmalin for 20 says, boy, Ussy is just like normal Ussy. It just smells like shit and has a kickstand in the front. Now you know.
I don't want to hear about this.
I told you. You asked, home dog.
Well, I wanted to hear from you, Blabs.
I didn't. What? Why? You're trying to sell me off to China. I don't want to talk to you about bushes anymore.
I'm not going to sell you off to China, Blabs. I'm just going to offer you up. That's all.
So what you're saying is that you would talk about the bussies if he didn't sell you to China.
Right. Thank you, Kirsche.
Yeah, maybe. But since that's completely off the table and it's now all speculation and conjecture, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
All I know is that Blabs apparently is a big fan of the bussy.
What? No! Anyway, that's it. That's the end of the show, everyone. Wait,
hold on. Hold on. If a bussy is just a butt. Hold on. You wanted to get into this.
I did not want to get into this. You did. You keep bringing it up. This is all you. This is a you problem, dude.
Craig, is there something you need to tell us?
No. Hold on.
Why are you thinking about the bussy so much, Craigathy?
Fluffy Pro says this is what they like most about the show. So I'm about to deliver a little bit more here, right? So if the bussy is just a butthole, right? right? Is that what we're dealing with here?
Yeah.
Okay, if the bussy is a butthole, the girls already have the pussy. Is there also a gussy? Just a girl pussy?
It's just a girl butt.
Okay. See, I don't know. I'm just learning about this this is weird technology.
You need to hang out in like the Nazi femboy discords more often. I say that unironically because they have like the swastika flags in their rooms.
That's
My
not
gosh, she giggles.
Don't think I'd be heading to those.
It's always the femboys. You know.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rod. Appreciate your support. That's nice. And also thank you to Dark Lelouge. Appreciate that. All right, great place. I know. It's time to go. Lurker's right, man. We're over here I'm asking the hard questions. All right, time to go, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, being a part of our life, allowing us to be a part of yours. Kirsche needs to use her gussy over here.
You don't pee from there.
On a side note, Scotch Viking Gaming has raided over on Rumble, and I actually do have a Rumble raid ready to go for you.
Let's go. Raid them out there, Blabs. Raid them now.
Say bye.
Head on over to Plus. Become members. Go let Kirsche go. Use the promo code TURKEY and get your discount over there on Side Scrollers Plus. Have a great day. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. We're raiding over there. Where are we going, Blabs?
Neurotic.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.
She's